So, the history of camping started over 100 years ago in 1908. Thomas Holding invented the modern camping ways. He invented a lightweight tent that you can carry around, and he was very experienced in his ways because he traveled across the Oregon prairies when he was 9 years old, 1,200 miles. He also wrote books.
There are lots of different types of camping. You can go day camping or RV camping, where you bring an RV and camp out of that, or snow camping in the snow, desert camping in the desert, bike camping where you pack all your stuff on a bike and bike really far and then camp there, backpacking where you park somewhere then you hike with all your stuff on your back, that's the backpacking, and then you set up camp and then you hike back. Or you can go horse camping where you pack all your stuff onto a horse and you trailer somewhere, and then you take your horse out and you go ride, and then you park your horse and set up camp, and then you come back.
All ages can do camping, and it just really depends on what you think you can do. So you can go on hikes or walks, bike rides, fishing, swimming, depending where you are. And so this can work like your cardio and for entertainment. So the supplies that you need when you're camping are going to be a pad so you can sleep on it and not get bumps when you're sleeping. Goodness. A tent to set up, and lightweight ones are usually better. Some chairs so you can sit around the campfire or relax and play cards. A sleeping bag so you stay warm during the night. Water jugs are useful because when you go buy your water, you don't want to be pouring it out of the big cartons, and you can just stick it in here and press the little button. Lanterns, good when you need to get up in the middle of the night. And then remember to bring hand sanitizer because you need to stay healthy and wash your hands after you go to the bathroom and before meals and all that. And plastic bags to put your food in so they stay dry when it rains. And then pocket knives are useful for cutting things. Make sure you bring water bottles for everybody in the group so that when you go on hiking and swimming and day trips that you can bring water with you away from the campsite. Toilet paper, remember to bring that when you need to go to the bathroom. And then trash bags so you can pick up after yourself and leave the campsite cleaner than how you found it. A camera to capture good times. And then what's really important to bring is a safety kit, and this has flashlights, has energy snacks in it, emergency drinking water. It doesn't have to be this intense. You could just have like the basic band-aids and tweezers, scissors, ace bandages. Here's some more things in here. Antibiotic cream, duct tape, extra batteries, medical pads, tampons if you're a girl. Yeah. If you want to bring cheeses, meats, or milk, make sure you bring a cooler to keep it all fresh.
Make sure you bring a map and GPS and compass so you don't get lost. I just looked up the weather where we're going to be camping, and it's supposed to be really cold, so I made sure to bring all the right clothes. I'm bringing hiking boots, and hats in case it rains, and jeans, and a raincoat because it's Oregon, a sweatshirt, t-shirt, athletic shorts, a puffy jacket, a swimsuit in case we decide to go swimming, a headband for hiking, a flannel and underwear, sweatpants, and wool socks. It's also probably a good idea to bring a camping book so you know where you're going and stuff you can do there.
Along with your hiking book, you should also bring a phone and your keys so you can call people and leave if there's an emergency. Make sure you bring a car big enough to fit all of your stuff into. Before you embark on your journey, make sure you go to a grocery store to pick up the food you need. Cereal's a really easy thing to bring to snack on when you're camping because you can eat it dry and it's pretty compact. And if you want to bring milk to have with it in the morning, you should bring a cooler to put the milk in. And it's all pretty cheap. Lots of selection. Oatmeal's also a good thing to bring when you're camping. You can bring any of these breakfast things and have a healthy breakfast. When you're camping, it's a good idea to bring healthy snacks like any kind of nut that you like. And there's also lots of different kind of mixes with like chocolate and nuts and pretzels.
Be sure that you bring dried fruit like kiwis or cantaloupe. And there's also stuff like mango and pineapple. It doesn't go bad, and so you don't have to worry about refrigerating it. It's also a good idea to bring energy bars like Clif bars or Luna bars, so you can take them if you're going on a day trip and you're hiking or you're out canoeing, because they're really easy and they're high in
protein.
That's the word. A good thing to bring also, or a kind of essential thing to bring, is water. And you can buy it at your local grocery store, and it comes conveniently bottled. And you should bring about a jug per person per day to be on the safe side. It's probably a good idea if you want to bring hot chocolate, or tea, or coffee. And there's lots of different types of hot chocolate. Uh-oh.
We're moving.
It's good for you. There's also chai tea, if you're into that, or coffee. And I'm sure there's instant coffee somewhere that you can easily make while you're camping.
To make any of these drinks Molly just talked about, you need to heat up the water on your campfire in a little kettle that we'll show you later.
Kettle to heat up water with, put on top of your fire, and matches.
These are the Mountain Men snacks where you can have your meals, just add water to it and you wait for a little bit and then they turn into meals, and they have chicken alfredo and like pasta and beef stew and noodles, so just pick whatever you like.
Bring bread, it's good for you.
A fun camping tradition is to bring marshmallows to make s'mores with and roast them over the fire.
Bring a dog too if you want.
Hi guys, so to build the tent you gotta have the bag of tent, which usually has 6 poles, and it'll have like a rain fly in it which keeps all the rain out. It has stakes in it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay out the tarp that you brought. It's usually the size of the tent, so it'll cover up the floor of the tent. So what you do is you lay it out and then you lay out the tent on top of it so it's square with the tarp. And then you're going to put the poles together so they make 4 big, 4 poles together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make an X on the top of your tent. You're just going to thread the poles through. There's going to be like little hooks or grooves that you can put your poles into. If you want to use the rain fly, what you got to do is put the rain fly, the shiny side down, the dull side up, and you're going to take the stakes and you're going to put the rain fly and the tent, you're going to stake them down so they don't fly away. The part of the rain fly will stick out over the door of the tent so that no rain can get in and it stays dry and very nice for you to sit by. If you don't want to use the rain fly, then just put it back in your bag so you don't lose it and stake down your tent. That way it won't fly away or anything, like I said. Make sure you have all extra like stakes, poles, anything you didn't use. Make sure you put it in your bag and leave it by the door of your tent and zip it closed when you want no one else in it. So tents range in price from $50 to $100 depending on if you're on a single person tent or a family tent or a two-person tent.
Hey guys, I'm here to teach you fire safety. So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta find a spot not near your tent, because you can't make a fire near your tent, otherwise it'll catch on fire. And clear a path, like a space where you can make it. Usually the first thing you need to do is dig a hole and put rocks around it and then start your fire. Make sure there's no overhanging trees above your fire so it won't catch anything else on fire. Usually you should have a bucket of water next to it or near your fire, so when you're done using it you should put it out. And make sure you
Don't leave it unattended.
don't leave it unattended. Lighter fluid is bad for fires. First thing that you need is something to start your fire. If it's wet, it's going to be way harder to catch on fire. So you need to find something dry. One thing that you want to not use with fire is stuff that's really green, otherwise it'll just be really, really smoky. So once you start your fire, you can use little tiny sticks, and then once it catches on fire, you can move up to bigger sticks, and then logs. And that's how you build a fire.